Questions for Coach?
Any changes injury-wise from this morning?
No.
How much do you like these mini series? I know we've asked you about them before, but it's something that never used to happen because of the pandemic now happening a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you like that challenge?
I do, for a few reasons. Obviously last game played well for the most part, let down the fourth quarter. So it gives you a chance to, exact a little revenge and then, get a chance to clean up some things you may not have done as well. The second part is the travel piece. Like I mentioned last time, I think it helps overall instead of coming back and forth, just knocking out one team in one city and one stop. And so I think that's beneficial overall. Gives you a little playoff vibe, as I mentioned. So I don't mind it at all.
You guys have been good on the second nights. And I know last season was different, 1-1 this year, but 4-2 overall in those second games. What does that tell you about this group?
Oh, we obviously watched film today, had a shoot around and talked about some adjustments, try to strengthen the things we did well and clean up the areas that hurt us in the fourth quarter specifically. So we bounced back and, we had a sour taste in our mouth and didn't feel good about obviously how it ended. And after playing well for 3 quarters, so it's a chance to bounce back. And I think we've done that so far this year. When on nights we've had some down nights overall, and definitely like that fourth quarter, it's a good chance to get right back at it.
Peyton dished his mask at halftime that game. He said was kind of bothering him and affecting his play a little bit. What have you seen, I guess, from him? It kind of seems he hasn't really found his rhythm. I know opportunities have been a little inconsistent, but he hasn't come as much as he did last year. What do you want to see from him?
I mean, I don't know if it has anything to do with the mask. I mean, it could be some, you're missing shots, so you're looking for something as far as that. But just him coming in, being who he is, and hunting shots, and we try to get him shots when he's in. Playing with a different unit last time than some of the normal guys he's in with Josh being out. And then, the rotations have been a little different with Jaylen and Al out last game as well. So a little inconsistent there, and we'd like to find him more minutes, but it's just a little tough, obviously, with starting Marcus and Dennis. You try to balance those guys and stagger them after the first quarter. So it's a little tough to find the minutes, but I talked to all the bench guys today and told them I've been there as a player. And so stay ready, stay prepared. Opportunity is going to come and take advantage, whether you have 3 minutes or 10 or 20.
Is that something you felt like you needed to do based on, their body language or anything, or just to feel like, hey,
just to feel to keep guys encouraged. This many games in, certain guys aren't getting as much playing time as they did in the past, and it's due to some situations, but just wanted to let them know, keep working hard. They played well in the Miami game, for instance, Aaron, when he hadn't played for a while, and just tell them to stay sharp, stay ready. And it's part of being a professional, dealing with that, and when the opportunity comes, be prepared for it.
Coach, we have a couple Zoom questions back here. First from John Corrales, please.
Hey, mate. And in these fourth quarters where things start to fall apart there, how much can you really do from the sidelines to stop that? How much of that is do you think you can do percentage-wise, I guess? How much of that is just on the players to find a way out of it?
Oh, it's a mix of both. As a coach, you try to stop the bleeding. We were coming off the back-to-back, so guys played heavy minutes in the overtime. We were trying to buy them some more time and ended up having to bring back Dennis and Jason earlier than we would have liked in that fourth quarter. That second unit did well in the first half, extended the lead, and then it went the other way a little bit in the third quarter and into the early fourth quarter. So you can obviously change the lineups. They got a rhythm going. The tough thing was, even when we brought our starters back in, I think we had 8 of our 20 turnovers in that fourth quarter, and they got 4 of their 9 offensive rebounds. So areas that we took care of for the most part throughout the game really hurt us late. And so there's a little bit of both. You put the onus on the players, but also try to put them in the right situations to have success. And some things that worked in the first 3 quarters didn't work as well in the fourth. And so it's a mix. That's my job as a coach, and then they have to go out there and execute. So it's on a little bit of everybody.
Chris Ryan.
Hey, Ime, hope all is well with you. Wanted to ask you what you think you have in Dennis. Obviously had a couple high impact scoring games here back to back. What are your expectations for him? And is this not obviously at this level, but do you think he can score like this on a consistent basis with this group?
Yeah, Dennis has filled a lot of roles for us. Obviously, with guys being out now, he's in the starting lineup, but the role doesn't really change. We're just used to that coming off the bench the first, 8 or so games. But it's who he's been throughout his career, scorer slash, point guard that can initiate and get the other guys involved. So just finding that balance. We had some advantages we liked last game, and he scored on them early. But I'm constantly reminding the guys to continue to break down the defense and find your guys. They, as I mentioned quite a few times, they rely on you for baskets, and those isolations when teams start to switch everything, it's an opportunity for you to not only score for yourself, but get guys involved. And Dennis is a prime example of that. Can score at a high level, but as I mentioned, OKC prior years, he was coming off the bench, averaging 20. So he's a guy that fills a lot of holes, and we just need him to stay aggressive, but also get guys involved.
Bobby Manning.
Hey, man, kind of related to that on Dennis. I know you got this 0.5 second rule. He seems to be a guy who kind of pounds the rock a little bit more to get what he needs to do done. Do you kind of lean a little bit toward leniency for him if that's working for him, or do you kind of try to reel him into that 0.5 second rule? And then do you see him possibly staying as a starter once Jaylen Brown comes back, or do you like him in that bench role?
Well, with Dennis, he is a guy that can score the ball. So, he has obviously more leash than some other guys, and that's what he does. That's what he's always done. So it's a mix. Depending on how the team is guarding, we encourage him to play fast and not hold the ball and try to survey too much where they can load up on him. But at the same time, if he finds an advantage that he likes, he's going to obviously handle the ball a little bit more and try to get his own shot off. Regarding him coming off the bench or starting, I think when Jaylen comes back, we'll have our original starting lineup in there, put him back in that bench role. But he's a pseudo sixth starter for us, a guy that finishes games, and in that role, he's very comfortable. Like I said, he's done both in his career. So we like our starting lineup originally and like the punch that him and Josh and some of the young guys bring off the bench. So we'll go with that when everybody's back healthy. But regarding Dennis, he has, like I said, natural scorers that do get a little more leash to try to score the basketball, but we also encourage him to find guys like he can.
Thank you.
Thank you.